Keep it here on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and this is ESPN Plus.
Adam Schefter here. It's tournament time, when only the most talented teams survive in advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
News now on 102.7 The Game.
Reporting for Cromwell Media News, I'm Rob Nichols. The Owensboro Police Department reports a 17-year-old has been formally charged in connection with the murder of Jamarius Butler. The juvenile suspect is being held at the Warren County Juvenile Detention Center. This follows a March 13th incident where Jamarius Butler was shot and killed inside a home on Orchard Street. Another adult male was also injured during the shooting and continues to receive medical care. Authorities emphasize an investigation is still active and encourage anyone with information to reach out to Owensboro Police or Owensboro Crime Stoppers. A Kentucky State Penitentiary caseworker is accused of having sex with an inmate. Rape and sodomy charges have been filed against 26-year-old Alysta Mathis of Dawson Springs. Kentucky State Police say the encounter has been captured on security video. Mathis is being held at the Crittenden County Jail. The National Weather Service is confirming a tornado touchdown in 3 Kentucky counties on Sunday. The NWS says an EF1 tornado with wind speeds of 100 miles an hour struck Grayson, Meade, and Hardin counties on Sunday night. No human injuries or deaths were reported. 3 cows were killed in the storm. The National Weather Service says it's continuing to observe damage in other portions of the state to determine if any other tornadoes touch down. Reporting for Cromwell Media News, I'm Rob Nichols.
When something goes wrong with your plumbing, it never happens at a good time. It happens fast, and it needs fixed fast. Call RFI Plumbing. We're local, licensed, fully insured, and ready to handle everything from emergency leaks to everyday repairs and full plumbing projects. No guesswork, no runaround. Just clear communication, quality work, and a good job done right. When it matters most, trust the local pros at RFI Plumbing.
Looking to sell a firearm? Before you deal with meeting up with strangers, bring it to 270 Tactical. Not only do they sell quality firearms and accessories, they buy them too, and they pay top dollar. Whether you're downsizing your collection, upgrading, or just ready to sell, 270 Tactical makes it simple, safe, and professional. No hassle, no sketchy meetups, just top dollar offers. Stop by 270 Tactical today and turn your firearms into cash. 270 Tactical, located at 1737 Sherm Road.
And now, Western Kentucky weather on 102.7 The Game.
Hi, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons with your 14 First Alert forecast. For the overnight hours, clear skies with a low of 26. On Thursday, partly sunny and milder with a high of 57. Thursday night, clear skies again, but a low of 40. And on Friday, spring begins with sunshine and warmer temps of 67. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons with your 14 First Alert forecast.
From the Floor Concept Studios, legally we're WLME 102.7 FM, Lewisport, which you could just call us The Game. 102.7. 102.7.
Roger. What's our vector, Victor? Hello, sports fans, and welcome to Live at 5. It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman Watson Holdtree, FWHlegal.com. And now, your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
What's up and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry. One call for injury law, that's FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner here in the Floor Concept Studios, joined by Coach Vic Evans.
What's up, man?
Welcome back.
Yeah, it was a great time at Bud's yesterday, being St. Patty's Day. A big, huge crowd over there, a lot of Thunderbolts fans. We had a blast.
Yeah, man, and I saw Hobbs came in at the end there.
He did. Hobbs checked in, got to talk to him. Scott Curtin and Cody Karpinski were absolutely great guests. You can find that on our 1027 The Game or Live at 5 page, either on Spotify, Apple Tunes, iHeart, wherever you get your podcast from. But it was a great interview with those guys and kind of the two granddads of the team. You know, Curtin's on his 5th year with the Thunderbolts.
He's an old hat at this point, yeah.
Karpinski's another dude. Interesting fact, Karpinski was semi-professional in paintball.
Wow.
Like he traveled the country doing paintball.
Okay.
I mean, that's
no relation to Coach Karpinski from
No. One's Karpinski, one's Karpinski.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, a paintball's professional.
Wow. I mean, that's a marksman.
I guess.
Marksman.
I guess.
Never know what you're going to get on Thunderbolts
He
Live.
don't. He's from Chicago. He said he lived 2 minutes away from Wrigley Field and was a White Sox fan.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you just walk to Wrigley and be a Cubs fan.
Well,
Plus, it's an easier.
I think all his family were Cubs fans, and so he wanted to be a White Sox fan.
I see. You just wanted to be different,
I guess.
Yeah,
But no, they were great
players for you.
That is. But they were absolutely tremendous. Curtin was tremendous, too. And we got to talk to them about us taking over their national game and just whipping them everything. So that was a good conversation.
We had to apologize for baseball losing to Canada. They waited to do that to Venezuela.
Yeah,
last night. We'll talk.
It was
about
easier
that.
It was easier to kidnap the Venezuelan president than it was to beat their baseball team.
That's absolutely true. But no, we'll have. It's a big day here. We'll talk a lot of baseball. In the middle part of the show, it would be the Owensboro Health Baseball Top 10. We'll look at the third region as a whole, dive into that just quickly, kind of hit on every team. And then here in just a minute, right now, tipping off up at Rupp Arena, Grayson County, Taylor County.
Yeah, we'll try to keep up there. I do want to bring up the World Baseball Classic on something.
Oh, I got it right here.
But I want to talk about the announcers. And I thought they were good. I'm not a big Smoltz guy, but I thought they were fine.
Yeah, I don't like Smoltz.
But here's my question. Yeah, he hates the game of baseball. But here's my question. How can you talk about great Venezuelan shortstops and you don't start the conversation with Dave Concepcion of the Big Red Machine? Like, that was an absolute fumble.
Yeah, well, I mean, leave it to those guys. I like the play guy. I don't know.
He did a good job, but I mean, that'd be like saying I want to talk about the greatest UK players and not mentioning Goose Givens or Dan Issel. It's Dave Concepcion, maybe the greatest Venezuelan shortstop of all time.
I think
and you don't even mention him.
Especially rub you wrong being the baseball. Like
it was just bad. It was just bad. Like, do a little research if you're gonna have that topic.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of the game was one of the lesser entertaining games. At least till the 8th inning. And we'll talk about it in just a second, though. I wanted to start the show with Grayson County. Download the Owensboro Radio app. You can listen anywhere in the world. Follow along out there on social media. We're streaming again out there across social media and on YouTube on the Cromwell Media page. You can find the audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. You can text us. We're wide open here on the Green River Area Federal Credit Union text line, 270-903-0389. I'm going to try to keep time. Time's going to be the key today, and then because the middle part of the show, we have a lot of baseball conversation with Grayson County, Taylor County updates throughout Vic and Taylor County coming in. We didn't know who was going to win the 5th there, but Taylor survived it. I mean, they're playing their best basketball this season. Very similar. Like when you look at this team on paper and kind of the way they've played on the back half, kind of mirror image of Grayson County.
I think what's really interesting for me in Taylor County is they only give up 51 points a game. So it's really going to see, can they slow down that Grayson County offense at all?
Yeah.
To me, that's going to be the big thing.
They both shoot it about the same from the field and from beyond the arc. The only real edge is, like you said, Taylor's a better defensive team than Grayson, and Grayson's a better offensive team than Taylor, is scoring 77 to 67.
Well, Taylor has that big monster center who is he's like a huge offensive lineman who's going D1 to play. And to me, it'd be really important for Brody Armstrong not to get in foul trouble trying to guard him, because Taylor's going to go to him. And, I mean, he's a brute.
No doubt. Yeah, in that game, if you're wanting to listen to that game, I listened to the earlier games. I just searched KHSAA Mixler.
Yep.
MIXLR. That's what homers used to be on back in the day. Very convenient. You can stream it from anywhere, your phone, your PC, wherever that is, and you can listen to it there. I'd sure like to be the voice of the Sweet 16 sometimes. I love Dave Baker and Cameron Mills, like as a fan of both of those guys.
But not the Sweet 16.
But they're not as good as
no, they're not.
I don't brag on. I don't say that very often. It takes a lot for me to say something like.
Listen,
I know that. I
thought
I want to do it. Bottom line is, I want to do it.
I do too.
I think before I'm
working
done
on
with
it.
this
I'm
thing,
trying to.
I want to call some games. And
well, I mean,
the morning crew was really good. I don't even know
the
who
girls'
it was.
crew was not good at all.
Yeah, whoever did the Cubcats St. X game enjoyed.
Did a good job.
Second game, not so much.
Right.
It was just average.
Just do a little research.
Yeah, St. X rolled over Cubcats. Cubcats got off to that great start, shot it red hot.
I just don't see anybody giving St. X a game.
No, because Cubcats is really good.
They are.
St. X handled them for 3/4. So
yep.
Defense, when St. X clamped the defense down, Cubcats really didn't have an answer.
Was it St. X played North Laurel, who just took Warren Central to the woodshed?
Warren Central no-showed. It was like one of those trips to Rupp, and they looked around and got wide-eyed, and you see that a lot, right? I mean, I feel like that's kind of what happened. I think on paper, Warren Central's probably the better team going into that matchup, so much so they were calling it an upset on the broadcast. I don't know that it was an upset. I thought it was kind of 50-50 either way, but North Laurel moves on. So North Laurel St. X will be Friday morning, or Friday afternoon, I guess it is. No, it's Friday morning.
Friday morning.
It's Wednesday, yeah. Friday morning be the first game of the quarterfinal session. You got Grayson and Taylor now, and in the nightcap, if Grayson does get a win, they will play the winner of Danville Christian Great Crossing. And I like Grayson County to be playing in the Saturday morning.
I think if they can get by Taylor County, they will. The only thing I'm worried about is that as you talked about Warren Central, that first game at Rupp, you can get wide-eyed, and when you don't. God. But if you get off to a shot, if you get off to a struggle making shots, then can you turn it around? Because you very rarely do you see teams that get off to a rough shooting night at Rupp and then turn it around in the second half. Usually you got to get through that game and get through all the emotions. So I'm more worried about Grayson County in game 1 than I am game 2.
I'm not, and I may eat these words, I'm not really concerned about them getting wide-eyed. I think they have the right attitude and the right makeup to go up there.
Oh, I do too, but
well, I mean, you just never know.
I think every team that goes up there game 1 struggles a little bit unless they're a team that's brought a lot of people back from last year, like Owensboro did in 15, like Lyons County did, when they won it. Like, there is something to be said about just being able to calm the emotions of coming out of the locker room, except for maybe Brody Armstrong because he's a Duke fan. He may not worry about coming out of the Rupp Arena locker room, but just everything about it and the shooting background. I mean, listen, Sam, if you thought going to the Sports Center was bad about playing there, wait till you get to Rupp Arena and those shooting lines there. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, no, I think they'll be prepared. I think they'll play well today. We'll see. Taylor's a good team. It's really a 50-50 toss-up. Like I say, if you want to listen to that, KHSA Mixler is the way to go there to check that action out. And we'll keep you posted. I'll keep refreshing the scores throughout the game. There was a little potpourri to get in before we jump into baseball. In the back half, we have time, and we'll talk about some of the moves around the NFL. We're not going to have an Above All Roofing True or False today. We'll push Above All Roofing to a little later this week with the baseball top 10. We wanted to get that in. First pitch going out today in a lot of places. So, and the weather has cleared up beautifully outside for some first pitch baseball today. So
without a doubt.
We'll cover every team. We'll talk about every team in the third region, and we'll touch on that top 10 with some Indiana flavor in there as well. But did want to talk about Becca Greenwell Wathen going into the Kentucky High School Hall of Fame, of Owensboro Catholic fame. Of course, she went on to have a great career at Duke and with a short career with the Washington Mystics. But injuries kind of derailed things. But, I mean, she's pretty much, for my money, the Rex Chapman of girls high school basketball.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, listen, that they've already waited too long to get her here. They should have done this long. I'm sure there's a term yet to be, out of school. But
there's like 70 high school Hall of Fame.
There are, but I mean, well deserved. I mean, she's right up there. She was our Mount Rushmore players, and I think that's probably right there with any of them. I mean, as you said, went into the WNBA. Very well deserved.
No doubt. Brescia. I saw this is kind of interesting Brescia news. Keith Cotner named him vice president of athletics. It's the first one in school history. I mean, I just wanted to bring that up in the opening just because I think it does bring a little bit of excitement around Brescia athletics. I feel like they're trending in the right direction.
100% they are.
Baseball has made a great hire over there with Casey Hamilton. And then both basketball programs, the men and the women, especially this year, the women making the national tournament.
Yep.
I feel like things are on the upswing.
They are.
Brescia.
I mean, they are very much so. So, I mean, I think this is probably a really good hire. I'm looking to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I think he was very successful in overseeing some athletic projects for the Y down in Hopkins County. Mr. Cotner was, and looking forward to maybe we can get him on. You know, I think it'd be a fun guest to have on.
I'll reach out,
check his vision. You know, for Brescia athletics that I think again are trending in the right direction. But that'll round out our little local potpourri. Last thing, man, you already mentioned the World Baseball Classic, but. I just had a blast watching this thing. And we didn't get to talk about it much on the show with everything going on with high school sports, but I had an absolute blast. It was like watching an all-star game every night.
It was. Here's what's interesting. I saw a couple stats here interesting. One, the Dodgers have a higher payroll than Team USA.
I don't doubt that.
So I thought that was interesting.
I don't doubt that at all.
No, it was. Listen, it reminds me of, and I wish there was a way maybe to play this at the All-Star break each year instead of, and take 2 weeks off because, there were some pitchers that were held back and they wouldn't let them do certain things. But I mean, it was like a soccer crowd watching a baseball game because it was nonstop noise and music and dancing in the thing. And it was I think it's been great for baseball. I think the emotion that comes out, if you do some of the things you do at the World Baseball Classic in the regular season, you get beamed. But when you hit when you hit a big home run, why not have emotion? And maybe you just saw the coolest, most forgotten home run now from Bryce Harper. Like when you think about what he did in the 8th inning, and then what happened in the 9th, you totally forget about. It gets lost in the in the bin of history. But that should have been like a moment for Bryce Harper.
Yeah, it felt like a moment. For 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what happens when you walk the leadoff guy.
Leadoff walk to start the 9th. And everybody giving DeRosa up the road for not putting the closer in from they used to play in Oakland. Now he's in San Diego. He said he couldn't use
only save situations.
There's certain situations like the cat that came in to close for Venezuela.
Only a save situation.
The Cubs said you can only do it in this particular deal because he'd pitched the night before.
Yep.
And same thing for the USA. There's certain situations that everybody's freaking out. If you looked at Twitter after the game, they were burying DeRosa for that decision. And I mean,
but his hands are tied.
Some things are completely out of your hands. I know last week when they lost to Italy, we were like, should they fire this? Should this dude be? And no, I mean, I thought he did fine. I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, the players got to hit.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, what do you think about this lineup or that? Oh, it always drives me nuts.
3 hits.
It always drives me nuts. There's 9 guys in the lineup. They're all good. It's Team USA, right? Put them in whatever order you want. Hit the ball. I mean, Aaron Judge is in the 3-hole. Like, it's Carl Schwarber's in the 4-hole.
I love Aaron Judge, but Aaron Judge may be the greatest bridesmaid ever. Like, name me something big.
Show up big.
Name me something Biggies won. They didn't win the World Series.
Nobody did, though. I mean, really.
Harper.
I mean, even in the games they won, they were pretty low scoring, except for early. Early in the tournament, they were, in pool play, they did. But, the offense really.
What was crazy?
A home run here, a home run there. And
what was crazy? That guy, what was it, an inch or two that guy safe on the stolen base? I mean, even on the replay, like his spike got in just before the tag. Like, that's how close that was of being able to get out of that. Because you throw that guy out, they don't score.
Yeah. No, I was watching it live. Of course, Bryce really struggled. I mean, really struggled in the World Baseball.
Well, he's no longer elite. They just got to throw up to
it.
He's not.
He's not elite. He had a great home run, and it was a tremendous moment, but Bryce Harper is nowhere near elite anymore.
I agree with that.
But it was a great moment, and I loved it for Bryce. I think, put him back in that conversation around the top of the face of baseball. He's still got, Ohtani, obviously, and Judge is well ahead of him. But I thought it was a great moment for Bryce for about 10 minutes, and then he got erased. But I really
completely got erased.
I had a blast. I think it was a great way to open. They're talking about moving this thing to the middle of the season, like during All-Star break next time.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that.
A lot of the players were saying they wanted.
I think the pitchers would be better off. You get to use pitchers in a better role.
I feel like this is a great way to kick off baseball season.
But the problem is, here's the problem. Okay,
I don't mind like only being able to throw 55. Like that's kind of how baseball's played today. Anyway.
I don't mind that either. But like you would want your full bullpen at use where it's not. Oh, he can only go on a save situation, or he can only do this, or he can only do that. Here's the problem is, and no fault to the teams. I mean, you're paying guys $300 million,
for sure,
and they're going out and getting hurt.
You're lucky they're even letting them play at all. Honestly, in some of these situations, like any of these guys could get hurt. Out there playing the field, or coming around a bag, you pull a hamstring or something. All of a sudden, you miss opening day. I mean, there's a lot of money on the line.
Oh, 100%.
Major league teams. I'm glad they let them do it. It was a blast to watch. But we're going to pause it right there. Let me see. I'll get you an update here, an early update on Grayson County. Looks like with about 2 at the media timeout, Grayson leads Taylor 8-3. There in the first quarter. So the Cougars off to a good start. We'll see if they can keep it up. We're going to pause it for Karen Gross, realtor with RE/MAX Professional Realty Group. Your dream is her mission. Give her a call at 270-315-9810 or find her at KarenGross.net. It's live at 5, 1027 The Game.
Hi, this is Travis Holtree from Foreman Watson Holtree. I am.
Lives are changed due to injuries or death resulting from personal injuries. Aggress legal representation is critical to obtain a winning result. Foreman Watson Holtree has a proven track record of winning thousands of personal injury cases throughout our region and beyond. Find out why we win our injury cases. Foreman Watson Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice.
How do winners win shopping for a new vehicle?
The Red Tag event at Don Moore on 54. They'll be winning, picking, and grinning.
All in one place.
New Chevy Trax, $23,495 or $299 a month.
And with non-commissioned product specialists.
There's no fiddling around.
New Silverado Crew Cab, $39,990 or $499 a month. DonMooreChevy.com.
Scan the code.
This is Duke Brubaker from Champion Ford Mazda in Owensboro, and it's that time of year for our annual Taking Out the Trash sales event. Push, pull, or drag your old ride to Champion and get $2,500 off our pre-owned MVP deals or any new 2025 or 2026 Ford or Mazda car, truck, or SUV. That's right, we increased our offer to $2,500 this year, so don't delay. Take advantage of this great deal plus outstanding MVP deals on pre-owned and factory incentives on new vehicles. Shop on the lot or online at championowensboro.com.
Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Look no further than Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a new home, or need a loan, we've got you covered with competitive rates and personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Green River Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
It's game on every weekday from 5 to 8 in the morning with Unsportsmanlike, brought to you by Floor Concepts. Catch Evan, Canty, and Michelle breaking down the biggest stories, the boldest takes, and the realest reactions only on 1027 The Game. Your home for ESPN Radio. Unsportsmanlike delivers the passion every true sports fan craves, brought to you by Floor Concepts, where design meets durability. It's Unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings, 5 to 8, only on 1027 The Game.
Getting sick was not on my to-do list today. 3 conference calls, the kids have practice, and we need groceries. Who has time for a sinus infection? Fortunately, Owensboro Health Urgent Care offers convenient virtual visits. No long lines or waiting rooms, just quality health care from anywhere that works for me. Now that fits my schedule.
For life's ups and downs, choose Owensboro Health Urgent Care. Start your virtual visit at owensborohealth.org.
Let's get back to Live at 5 with Steve and Coach on 1027 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. Before we jump into baseball, I know we broke open the show with a little hockey conversation, and we got 4 tickets here.
Yeah, those are goal line tickets.
Okay, there you go. Right, the Paws and Pucks night, Saturday, March 21st. Quad City Storm are coming in, and the Thunderbolts.
They need a win.
There's not much separating second from like sixth.
Eighth.
So eighth.
It's
all the way to
eight total points, 2 to 8 or 2 to 9. 8 total points.
Got to finish strong. So we need your support. If you're wanting to go, be the third texter in on the Green River Area Federal Credit Union text line, 270-903-0389. What do you need from them? Just their name?
No, these are physical tickets. So I'll reach out, let the people win, and then have to come pick them up. These are physical tickets. These aren't our tickets that we give away that just do a name.
Come to 1115 Tamarack Road here.
Yeah, you do have to pick these up.
Fair. That's fair.
Yep.
Third texter, Green River Area Federal Credit Union text line, 270-903-0389. 4 tickets to the Thunderbolts there coming up this Saturday. But Chris was giving me grief on the text line because I said Harper as a face of baseball. That doesn't mean he's anywhere near the best. But I think he's the third most identifiable player in baseball. Like for the average American. I'm not saying baseball fan. I'm talking about commercialized player. I mean, you got Ohtani and Judge. Yep. And then he said Soto. I disagree.
No, not so. I would not put. If I was going to put,
I don't think so.
If I was going to put anybody with Harper, maybe ahead of him a little bit, I would say still Mike Trout, but I don't think so.
Yeah, Trout, I mean, does he even play anymore?
I know.
What team's he on? Is the team injured, I guess. But I don't know. That's probably accurate, though. I mean, Trout, for a while, I don't know how that happened. But, yeah, he's certainly near the top there. It is what it is. That's for a whole different day. We'll keep it on the baseball conversation, though. We'll just switch it over to high school. I want to touch on most of the teams. Before we get to the top 10, touch on some teams outside and just give a comment and move because time is a factor, obviously, right? He said Acuna is more identifiable than Bryce Harper to the
what's Chris smoking?
Top 20.
What's Chris smoking
most identifiable? Grab some pictures if you want to talk about identify. I'm talking about you show their face to the average American fan and they know who they are.
Get a little update
Not necessarily
here.
baseball fan, just American sports fan.
Yeah, 7:14 to go in the second quarter. Grayson and Taylor tied at 12.
Yeah, Taylor made a little run there.
They have.
It's something to monitor.
Yep.
It's early.
It is early. I was looking at it right now. Grayson, 4 of 14 from the field, 1 of 2 beyond the arc.
Yeah, Loxton, he had a lot of early blocks. And Martis was leading the way last time I checked. We'll keep you posted on that throughout the show. Let's stay in the 12th district, though, and go to Trinity. They lost Connor Hatfield, return everybody else, an 8-win team last year. They'll have a mountain to climb, though, with Grayson and Edmondson. Just a quick comment on these teams. We'll get to the top 10.
I know we got Grayson and Edmondson that are going to probably be on our top 10, but I think the 12th is wide open. I mean, Grayson has the one big pitcher, but they lose a lot of offense.
When you got one big pitcher, though, that means you're going to have to beat that one big pitcher in the first round.
And then Edmondson, of course, their big stud pitcher graduated. Didn't he? No, he's back. Is he back?
He's been there forever. That's what Hunter Wilson.
Is Hunter Wilson back really?
Yeah, I mean, unless I looked at it wrong. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's been playing. The dude's been playing high level baseball since he was a freshman.
I really thought he would graduated. Man, that's crazy. Hunter Wilson, he's older than Fatih Huick.
No, listen, he's a baller, too.
He is a baller.
They're already 1-0. We'll talk about
100%.
We'll talk.
I really thought he had graduated.
No, he's a senior this year.
Okay.
Yes, I had to check. You really had me thinking. You never know about me.
No, so then it's going to be, when you got to beat either him or I think it's Napier from Grayson.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for Trinity.
Yeah, and then the 12th, same thing for Butler. They had a winning season last year. I'll tell you what, though, they're sneaky. This is a sneaky team to watch. Eli Oaks is back. Bryson Moe is at 500 at the plate with the winning season. They need some pitching to emerge.
Yes.
But I think right there in the mix, maybe for an upset in the first round, we can talk about getting to the regional tournament. Move it over to Ohio County, coming off a down season, only a 9-win season. That's unusual for Ohio
Very
County
unusual.
baseball.
Get the new coach and Coach Hill. I think he'll do a tremendous job. They have a lot of good young talent coming up. I think it's probably maybe a year or two ahead of schedule for them. But Coach Hill will do a good job there.
No, yeah, absolutely. He certainly will. Parker Westerfield will lead the way, I think, at the mound and the plate. Hancock County, 8-win season last year, a little bit of a transition there.
No, but you also get the ace back this year for a full year.
Porter Hay.
Yeah, and Porter Hay is, I hear through the grapevine throwing it really, really well, setting in the upper 80s, low 90s. He gives them a whole different level.
Think about that. Porter Hay taking on Meter Breck right out of the gate.
Yeah, and he was unhealthy last year. I mean, I think he threw the district was like his first start of the year last year. So him being healthy gives them a whole different level they can get to.
I got Jack Roberts there too. who can rip it. Be an interesting season. I think they take a step forward this year.
I do too.
At eight wins, I think they're above that.
But that district's going to be tough with Meade and Breck because they're both pretty loaded too.
That's a mountain to climb. Make no mistake. You move it over and talk about 9th district teams that are outside the top 10. Owensboro had a 19-win year last year, but, man, they lost a ton.
They lost everybody except for the catcher, Eli, and then also you bring back Ty Ashley.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, you take them two out of the lineup, they only return like 10 at-bats. Without those two.
Yeah, and the pitching
and no
is
pitching.
my concern.
Right. So I just don't concerned. I think by the end of the year, Owensboro could be a good team, but I think them and Davis County have the same questions is who's going to step forward because Davis County graduated like 9 or 10 seniors last year that pretty much played the bulk of every position and on the staff.
Today's the first time I've really dove into it. Davis County lost a ton.
Yes, they graduated like 9 seniors.
Yeah, all the top hitters, the top pitching last year. You got Lawrence, Watkins, Johnson. Big rebuild, out there for Coach Clay and company. Those two teams will be interesting to see how they go through the year. I literally have no idea.
And I think that's why it's pretty heavy favorite of Catholic and Apollo coming out of this district and going to the regional tournament.
I agree, and we'll get to them inside the top 5. Let's move it now to the Owensboro Health top 10. Start with the Perry Central Commodores coming off a 13-13 year, and this is the honest to God's truth. I had them at 10, and then I said, you know what, I'm not putting them in there. Because they never post anything about
baseball. Does
then I went and found out that the whole box scores of every game they had last year was online, so they bumped into the 10 spot.
Yeah, baseball does put their stats up. They're the only sport over there at Perry Central.
That's incredible.
Somehow they found a way to tunnel out of North Korea and get stats online where we can find them.
Incredible news coming out of Leopold.
Yes.
We're going to be able to actually talk about some players that play baseball.
Well, 2 years ago they won like their first sectional championship or whatever. It was like the first maybe in a long time. I don't know if it was their first, but it was their first in, if it wasn't their first ever, it was their first in like 40 years, and still went 13-13 last year. So a good baseball team,
no doubt. They returned four of their top 5 arms that logged innings last year. Mullis, Mitchell, Hubert, Stumler is in there as well. Hubert, Mitchell, Ball, Gilliam top at the plate. So you look at the stats that they had last year from a 13-13 team. They returned the top of the production, and they opened at Owensboro Catholic on the 27th.
They do.
How about that?
Yeah.
Perry Central, a little crossover.
We got that a couple of times in softball. Nice. I think Davis County's playing Heritage Hills in softball this year.
I like it.
Perry playing Catholic, and I think they also play another third region team this year.
I didn't look at the whole schedule. I just looked at the first week to try to figure out which games to highlight. That'll be interesting, though. That'd be a mountain to climb when you talk about the Commodores and the Aces on the 27th. We'll move it, and then Indiana's getting a late start.
Yes, they always do.
Yeah, it's weird. That's how Kentucky used to be. Kentucky starts earlier and earlier every year.
It used to be.
We'll be playing baseball
when I was in
basketball
when I was in high school. We played 3 games before spring break.
Yeah,
and now some teams play like last year. They played like 12.
Yeah, I think you want to get as many in as you can.
Yeah,
especially with the weather. You schedule a bunch because you're going to have a bunch of cancellations.
Well, you always schedule 42 to play 36.
Yeah, it's about
usually
right.
the way it works.
Move it to number 9. That's where Edmonson County, previously mentioned, 11-13 season. I thought it was a little disappointing with the losing record last year.
100% it was. And the problem is they didn't have any other help offensively really outside of Hunter. As I said, I really thought for some reason I had in my head he graduated. I guess he's coaching the team. He's like a player coach down there at Edmonton. Now he's been playing for so long. But they've got to get other people to step up.
Yeah, that's true. Drew Pierce and Hunter Wilson. You got Tyson Meredith back. Those are the big production guys, but really Wilson and Pierce have been big producers for the last handful of seasons. They beat Caverna 16-2 to start their season 1-0. They're already underway on the year. They host Allen County tomorrow through the Wildcats. We'll move it to number 8, and that's where the team playing basketball right now is at. No one in Grayson County cares about this preview even a little bit until either tomorrow or sometime Friday evening or Saturday. But the Grayson County Cougars coming off a 15-14 win with Coach Nutt last year, and they returned Gage Napier on the mound, who's an absolute ace of the staff. Will Jack Logston play? He was here for media day. I mean, put Loxton on the mound, all of a sudden you got Loxton and Napier on the mound.
Loxton would be a good number 2. And I don't know if he's any good, but he's 6'5", 6'6", striding downhill at you, throwing it to you. So
all I've heard is he's a better baseball prospect than basketball.
Well, I'll say this.
That's crazy.
I'll say this is I'm going to take him for his word. He was here at media day and said I'm playing.
Yeah.
Now I've talked to people at Grayson County says he's been saying that for 7 years and he doesn't ever play. So we'll see.
I mean, put him on the mound with Bonnick and Bradley. Look at the rotation. I mean, that's a pretty good rotation from Grayson. They did lose their top 2 hitters, so they'll have to find some offense in there with Bonnick and Fulkerson and company. Jet Hawkins is on the group. But they are at Ohio County tomorrow. Be a good early season matchup.
Will be a good early season matchup.
At number 7, Muhlenberg County, 21-8, and it really is a turn the page deal.
100%.
Muhlenberg's literally on it. I mean, people are listening like 7. I mean,
well, actually,
Muhlenberg's ranked 7 because of who they are.
Oh yes, I would say this is too high for them because you look at they lose. They lost their top 3 arms. They lose I think they lose something like 88.5% of the innings they threw last year. They lose
Briggins, Brannon.
Yeah, and they lose all their top hitters. Now I'm like you that they just seem to have been reloading the last few years. But we'll see. This is going to be a really challenging year for Muhlenberg. We'll see. I've been saying all along it's no longer a basketball school. It's by far and away a baseball school.
It has
and if you look at the basketball record over the last 6 years, it's not great.
No. Well,
overall,
I wouldn't say 6. You get into 6, start dipping into some regional
5
titles.
years. Since the back-to-back regional titles, it's not been very good.
No,
it's been under 5. It's been just a couple games over 500.
Yeah.
It's a baseball school down there, so I want to see how they reload this year.
And they also retire a Hall of Famer.
They do.
Coach Shelton, and Coach Brody will go in and take over, put his stamp on it. Jace Medford, Charlie Briggins, a name to watch there. They host
Medford's
Warnies.
the one I think will have a big year for them on the mound. I think they're really high on him.
Yeah, that kid just kind of jumps off the page. Warren East tomorrow, Breck on Friday for Muhlenberg. So good, interesting start to the schedule there. Number 6, McLean County, 21-9, and
I think this team's a little high.
The top 5 is put.
Yeah, I would say this.
I think this is. I don't know. I
think
really
this is giving Coach Lionel the benefit of the doubt that he's put together great teams there for the last 3. Ever since he's taken over that baseball program.
They got talent.
They got some talent, but they're also a lot of non-experienced varsity talent, and you just don't know how that's going to react because they graduated a bunch last year too.
They returned Bozarth, who's the best arm. Well, statistically returning. When I say best, that's what I mean by that. Best arm, best at the plate statistically from a year ago. You got Groves and Martin who threw it pretty well on the mound. They'll be back behind Bozarth there.
The young brother of the ace last year.
Yeah, Jack's Lee's brother.
Lee's brother, I think, will be a really nice one on the mound for them.
Lynham. Yeah. Brooks Lynham can play. He's a sophomore, and he's a great player. I think this 6 spot's the right spot for him. I labored over 6 through 10 in the teams I've left.
I'll put it this way: I think they're the favorite in the 10, so you probably got them in the right spot.
I mean. Yeah, I think they are. Looking at, they did lose some heavy hitters at the top, but the depth of that roster was nice. They've got Todd County tomorrow, Madisonville Friday, and then they're at home on the home opener, Hancock and Caldwell on Saturday. Coach Lynham, he's going to play the games. I mean, he'll play every day if you let him. There's no doubt about that. We'll pause it. We'll come back and look at the Owensboro Health top 5, which I think is a lot more clear.
I think so.
I don't know about the order, but the 5 teams.
No, I think the order for me is pretty clear.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll talk about it next. Live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
100.5 The Party and VFW Post 696 are teaming up to celebrate the incredible educators in our community with the Top of the Class Teacher of the Month program. Each month, we'll honor one outstanding teacher making a difference in the classroom and beyond. Nominate your favorite teachers from the Owensboro area, plus Hancock, Ohio, McLean, Henderson County Schools at owensbororadio.com/top of the class. Brought to you by VFW Post 696, proudly supporting our teachers and community heroes.
Hey y'all, it's Kellyanne Harris with the Harris Group at Keller Williams Elite Realty. As a proud sports mom, I know what it takes to show up, stay focused, and deliver results on the field and in real estate. That's why we're offering our Guaranteed Cash Offer program. We guarantee to get your home sold or we'll buy it. For all your real estate needs, trust the Harris Group. We're always ready to go to work for you. Call us today at 270-929-5857 for the details.
When you're looking for the perfect place to eat, drink, and have a blast, head to Mr. B's Pizza and Wings in Owensboro. Dive into hot, fresh-made pizzas, bold wings, and all your favorite game day classics. And now, take the fun even further at Club 18 Golf, the indoor golf experience right inside Mr. B's. Bring your friends, book a bay, and swing through world-famous courses while enjoying great food and cold drinks. It's the ultimate night out with great eats, great swings, all under one roof. Mr. B's Pizza and Wings in Club 18 Golf, right on Highland Point Drive, where Owensboro comes to play.
Do you know what it takes to feed our nation? It takes hardworking farmers who put in long hours and backbreaking work to bring fresh produce to our tables. Cromwell Media, along with Gavin Roberts of Kentucky Farm Bureau, Electrical Equipment Repair, Farm Credit Mid-America, Culver's, Holston Gases, and Advanced Agrilytics, is taking the time to appreciate their tireless efforts with our annual Meal in the Field. Meal in the Field will be feeding our farmers right where they are, on the farm and in the fields. With your nominations, you too can give back to those who give us so much in return, our local farmers. Nominate your favorite farm right now on owensbororadio.com/meal in the field. Your nominations help feed the farmers who work so hard to feed us every day. Thanks so much to Gavin Roberts of Kentucky Farm Bureau, Electrical Equipment Repair, Farm Credit Mid-America, Culver's, Holston Gases, and Advanced Agrilytics, feeding our farmers one meal at a time with Meal in the Field.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
It's Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios, trying to sandwich some basketball into this great baseball conversation here. And at the half, Grayson County leads Taylor County 25-24. Barn burner, Vic.
Yeah, I looked at it. Grayson not shooting it well. They're shooting it 35%. They went 9 of 26. Both teams taking care of the basketball. 3 turnovers for Taylor County, just 1 for Grayson. Taylor out-reads out on 16-14. And you look at it, Martis had 10. We talked about the big man for Taylor. He's got 6 points, 5 boards. And Brody Armstrong had 2 fouls in the first half. He did play all 16 minutes. So, they didn't take him out. So he must have picked up the second one late.
Yeah, and we talked about, I tried to break this game down a little. And it's just everywhere you looked, it's pretty even across the board. You're sitting here at halftime, 25-24.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It's definitely even. So we'll keep you posted on that throughout. If you're wanting to listen to the Grayson County game, KHSAA Mixler is what I would search.
Or K105.
Yeah, you can listen to the link. Sam, if you're wanting the biased link, the team link, Sam does a great job. Dan was just bragging on him in the group chat. Sam does a good job when he's not focused on the Sports Center or transfers.
100%.
Other than that, he's excellent. And I think he's in the right environment for him up there at Rupp Arena today. But let's move it inside the top 5 and talk about the Apollo Eagles. 17-11 last year. They're coming in at the 5 spot. I kind of labored on where to put them in the top 5 because this team is as talented as anyone in this group that we're going to talk about. I mean, Milburn is coming off the injury, though, the gruesome football injury. And it's just really they need Milburn on the mound, I feel like, to be in that conversation for the 1-2 team in the region.
Yeah, you just don't know when he's going to come back. I mean, it was a severe leg break in football. I think it was a little bit of a spiral break and everything. And I know I'd heard. Now this is nothing. This isn't scoop. This is scuttlebutt. Where he was tried to come back and throw a pin and re-injured himself, or it wasn't good enough that he could throw. So you just don't know, when he's going to be available to go on a mound, and that's a big loss because he would be their ace.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt. He'd be one of the best pitchers, in the region, I feel like.
And I wonder, too, one of the reasons I would have Apollo, I have them as 5 for me, is I'm also worried about overall team defense. Like, their whole infield kind of graduated. It's been their infield for a couple of years. It's a lot to replace defensively. Yep. And I want to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I mean, on the mound, you got Jackson Carter and Riley Logan's incredible. Mm-hmm. Isaac James really came on, kind of flashed on the scene for them last year. And then at the plate, you look at the plate, you got, Logan and Milburn and Lil Pop and Hendricks, Jagger Pate. I mean, they're loaded. I mean, it's a really good team. They play UHA tomorrow, and then the Hot Rods Classic in Bowling Green against Prestonsburg.
I need those guys, other than Riley Logan, because he had a big year last year. I need those guys to take the step I've been waiting for them to take for the last 2 years offensively, and they haven't done it yet. It doesn't mean they won't.
Yeah,
they just haven't done it yet.
No, I don't disagree. To have that balance to the order, I mean, if those guys did take a step, everybody better look out.
Yeah.
It's going to be a team that's right there. Coach Hicks will have him in the mix. His first season there as a skipper, taking over for Coach Dennis. And so we'll move it over to number 4, and that's where Meade County is sitting, 22-11, third region champs. They did graduate a lot in the offensive lineup. I mean, they graduated 4 out of 5. But that doesn't mean anything at Grace. I mean, at Meade. Meade just turns the page. They find more hitters.
Yep.
And anytime you can lead off with Stansberry and Grayson Rhodes coming back.
Him coming back.
Johnson.
And not only that,
Johnson.
those 3 are going to be big on the mound. And then Rhodes, who came in late in the year after coming back from Tommy John and DH'd towards the end, I think having him in the lineup full. Now, Bratcher was a huge loss along with not Bo Wilson, the pitcher from
Lucas Hale.
Lucas Hale.
Bo Wilson was pretty good too.
He was. He wasn't the hitter.
That was a while ago.
He wasn't the hitter. Lucas Hale was.
No.
But so that's going to be some big things to replace. But the thing you know about Meade is they're going to play a lot of small ball too. They're going to steal bases. They're going to butt runners over, and they're going to try to beat you 3-2, 2-1 with that pitching staff.
Very Coach Mantooth-esque.
Yes.
And they always have been. They're always there.
It goes all the way back to Ty Clanton. It's all been the way he set things up.
No doubt. No, the great coach there. Gavin Brown, another name. I think they'll contribute for him at the plate. They're playing Catholic tonight at Chautauqua.
Yeah.
So playing right now.
No, I think it's at Meade.
Oh, it's at Meade? Okay.
I think
apologize.
It
says it right here. They host Catholic tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Meade Olin Park is
Meade Olin Park.
not Chautauqua.
Until they
get over there.
Until they get Clanton Stadium built up there.
That's right. John Harden tomorrow, North Bullitt on Friday for the Wave. We'll move it to number 3. It's a new team, so forgive me if I've got them in the wrong spot. Heritage Hills.
No, they went 21-8 last year. They returned quite a bit from that team last year.
Lost to Memorial in the sectional in extra innings.
Right, and Memorial took a deep run in that. So, no, this team, it would not shock me to see this team be 1 in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, they return a lot. Peyton Gray, Micah Toller, Aiden Fisher, Marshall Snyder.
All guys on the football field.
Yeah, right. You know them all, for they play multi-sport athletes, right? They're all over 300 at the plate.
You look at Peyton Gray, and I think, if we do, and we're going to do this year, because we used to do it at the end of the year, but it was always do a one for the school year.
For the whole year.
For Athlete of the Year. And I'm not so sure Peyton Gray is not the Athlete of the Year. He was first team ESPN Owensboro football, was honorable mention on the basketball team, he'll probably be right there in the first team baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid's an unbelievable athlete going to Western to play baseball.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. He should be first team. He's top pitcher on the team. Toller is back. He'll be on the mound a little bit. They host Clarksville, but not until April the 1st.
Yes.
So it's going to be a little while before we get eyes on Heritage Hills, a couple weeks away from their opener. We'll move it to number 2, and that's where Breckenridge County is sitting. I think Kentucky Prep Baseball had them 18 in the state. They ranked number 2 in our poll, 23-10. Lost in an extra inning heartbreaker at the regional championship. Returned the core at the plate, though, with Hayden Henry and Jonah Miller, Harper Lucas, Adam Howe. The shortstop, the kid's name is escaping me right now. Incredible.
Defensive
shortstop. I just remember the plays he made all regional tournament long last year. The staff took a little bit of a hit. Tristan Wicker will headline that staff, and then Henry. I don't know if Henry's going to be able to throw it or not.
I think that's still up in the air of whether or not he's going to be able to throw. He's got some elbow problems. I know. He had an MRI. They had everything looked at from LSU's doctor to 3 or 4 doctors, and I have not. I mean, I get different reports all the time, so it'll be a wait and see thing for Henry on the mound. Now, it looks like he'd be able to hit, but it's still a wait and see for him on the mound. And even then, you're going to get kind of a late. If you haven't been, if you haven't been throwing bullpens now, and you've been having elbow problems. Even if you get cleared in 2 weeks, you got to ramp yourself up. So I think it'll be well into late April, early May before you see him on the mound anyway.
Yeah, and it's one thing about Breck is it's kind of like we talked about with Meade. They always got the next group of arms coming up.
They always seem to.
They always have dogs on the mound. I mean, just all the way back.
Draven Scott, shortstop you're looking at.
That dude was a highlight reel at the regional tournament.
Yeah, I mean, he went into the hole like 3 times and threw it back underneath his body and just kept running to the dugout. Didn't even wait for the first baseman to catch it.
Larry Bird did his way to the
just
dugout.
ran straight to the dugout.
Yeah.
I mean, for Breck to reach their ceiling, they got to make another jump offensively. That's what they struggled with last year, scoring runs. They beat Catholic in extra innings in a really close game, lose to Meade 2-1 in 10 innings. like against good teams, can Breck score enough runs?
Yeah, or can the pitching be good enough to not give up more than you score?
Yeah, but it's hard to go out and win every game 2-1 or 1-0.
No, it is. You have to really depend on your defense unless you got some big-time strikeout pitchers, which they have always had a great staff. I expect them to be right there in the mix. Owensboro today over there at the brand-new facility. I'm reading that one right. And they host Muhlenberg tomorrow.
Yeah, Coach Bennett, I will say, I talked to him, reached out to him when I was talking, checking on Hayden Henry and stuff. And he told me he felt like that Breck would really struggle to go 500.
Yeah. Oh, did he?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's not about a guy. I mean, I was like, that's why I said, like, Lou Holtz even thought he had trouble at Notre Dame to beat Navy.
So he really said that.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He told me they would really, really have to fight to go get above 500.
Yeah,
that's Coach Bennett for you, man.
I love
You're talking about downplaying teams.
I love it though. That tells you that team's going to be working.
Well, I got a better one for you. There was a coach I was talking to today, the team that we haven't mentioned yet. He felt like they should be ranked 12th in the region.
12th in the region.
Yes, in our Owensboro top 10.
Oh,
I happened to call one of their assistant coaches because I happened to be related to one. And I didn't realize he got in the car with him, and Keith's like, "What are you talking about today?" I was like, "Owensboro top 10 baseball preseason," and Coach Hamilton's like, "We should be 12th."
12th.
Yeah, that's what he tells me.
Man.
Talking about a couple of guys downplaying their teams.
So
here.
1 and 2, they don't even belong in the top 10.
One's done think he can go 500, and one thinks he should be ranked 12th.
I love it. Just put it on the bulletin board.
There you go, I guess.
The Catholics number 1, 21-11 last year. Fell to Breck in a 9-inning classic in the regional tournament a year ago, but you really have to start with the mound. I think that's where
they
it
returned
starts.
4 big-time arms, 3 starters, 1 guy's going to relieve for him. You return Jackson White. You got to return Barrett Evans, who's as good. You look at what he's done the last couple of years in big game pitchers. He wins all of them that he seems like. And then you also don't forget Hundley, who was tremendous in relief in that Breck game, another lefty arm. Those 3 are going to headline the starting unit. They got some other young players there. And then you got Atwell Gentry coming out of the pen, Gentry
they
last
lost
year.
Atwell, Vic. Oh, the other Atwell.
Well, I mean, you look at him last year, he was like 6'4", 205, throwing at like 88 last year out of the pen. This year he comes back 6'5", 247.
Wow. And can sling it.
Can sling it.
Oh,
and the scary part is I'm not sure he knows where it's going. Like, you better not dig in.
It's a young offensive lineup.
They started.
I say younger. I mean, they've got varsity experience, but they're still younger.
In that regional championship game last year, they got beat. They started 5 freshmen.
Yeah.
In that game.
That's what it's still a young team.
It is.
And you look for that offensive production
to
jump.
You're going to, of course, having the big bat and Atwell in the middle, Brady's going to hurt you. But, with Barrett, with Jackson White.
Jake Murphy,
you add Russell Berg over from Davis County. They hit over 300 last year as a freshman.
Yeah.
I think.
I didn't even know that took place until today.
I think that finding how those infield pieces fit together, because you got they have a really young shortstop too that's really good defensively. I think he struggles a little bit at the plate, but it's like a big time A+ glove. Murphy, Russell Berg, you also got Moser that can play some infield there. So how those things piece together, I thought last year, for me looking at it, Murphy's for me is more of a second baseman. Just to find that everyday shortstop that can make the routine everyday play, I think is important. And then in the outfield, you'll have White. You got the 2 young kids, Jude Evans, Tucker Evans. I think they need them to make a jump offensively to really make them be a top 10 team in the state, which I think they can be. Also the catcher in Hood, who all he had to do was replace Brady Atwell when he got hurt with this knee last year and did a tremendous job defensively. He needs to take a step offensively. So when you got that many young players, if they can all take steps, they don't have to be all of them take these big monster steps, but just take small steps.
Well,
this is a top 10 statewide team.
Anytime you got Jody Hamilton running the show, I feel pretty confident about the team progressing in the right direction.
He's won 2 state titles in 1,100 games. I don't know what he really knows, but for some reason he seems to win a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So you can bank on that. They got Meade at Meade tonight, right now. South Warren tomorrow, and then Bowling Green, University Heights over the weekend. That will be at Chautauqua Saturday.
I will say this: if you look at their schedule, they can be really good and start 2-8.
I don't even care though.
Oh, I know, but
again,
you just talk about Meade, South Warren, Bowling Green, University Heights are all loaded. You got PRP coming. You got Trinity. You got. This schedule is phenomenal.
Yeah, I love it. Let's do it. I mean, I remember when, I used to watch Apollo baseball every single game. Coach Mantooth would never shy away. Every Saturday here in Eagle Park, they're playing a big dog, or they're on the road playing a big dog. Well, and I think that's how champions are made. I don't care if you're 500 or not. If you're battle tested against that competition, rolling into the tournament, you're going to be ready to roll come third region tournament time.
Without a doubt. I mean, you look at K News, our first year having Calic on K News with you and Chris. You guys are going to open up next week with the All-A regional tournament. Then you guys have all the district games, and then you also got a PRP game, and you got a Trinity game. PRP's won the state title just a couple of years ago. It was really good last year.
Yeah, it was them and Trinity in the finals.
Yeah, you guys are going to have some great games to be calling on K News.
Yeah, I can't wait. Love good baseball. It's that time of year. Let's keep the weather warm and the baseball rolling, and that'll conclude our very first preseason there. Owensboro Health Top 10. When we come back, we'll talk a little NFL and get you an update on Grayson County. It's live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
Hey, Chris, can you fix my leak?
Yes, we can. Hi, I'm Chris Estes, owner of Above All Roofing and Seamless Gutters. From your windows leaking air to installing new energy-efficient windows, we can do it. 313-4275. Gutters leaking, past few rains? Get new 5 or 6 inch gutters with guards. You have a roof leak? We can install a premium roof on your house or business. We have an affordable solution for all your leaks. 270-313-4275.
Looking for a bank that truly puts you first? At Sacramento Deposit Bank, we've been serving our communities with hometown care for over a century. From personal checking and savings to business loans, mobile banking, and more, we make managing your money simple and stress-free. You'll always talk to someone who knows your name. So whether you're saving for the future or chasing a dream, we're here to help you every step of the way. Visit sdbky.com or stop by one of our local branches today. Sacramento Deposit Bank, where banking feels like family. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Katie Gunterman.
Support your school with the German-American School Spirit Check Card. With each purchase you make using the card, we make a donation to your participating school of choice. So far, through our School Spirit Card program, we've given back over $300,000 to community schools. Stop in your local German-American bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit Check Card today. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Whether it's one item or 100, Pat Hayden Moving gets it there safely and stress-free. As a proud alumni of Owensboro Catholic, Pat Hayden Moving is honored to support the ACEs on the field, in the classroom, and throughout the community. Big move, small move, we've got your back. One item or 100, we'll move it for you. Call Pat Hayden Moving today and support a business that supports Owensboro Catholic. Local, loyal, on the move.
Big streaming nights, busy work days, growing local businesses. Your hometown runs on connection, and PSC Fiber is proud to power it. With lightning-fast fiber internet and dependable local support, we're committed to keeping our communities connected without the hassle of out-of-town providers. Switch to the internet built right here at home. Call 800-511-4899 or visit pscfiber.net today. Hometown smiles, support, and solutions. PSC Fiber.
And now, more Live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
It's Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans taking you home on a Wednesday. Just underway in the second half there at Rupp Arena. Grayson had taken a 29-26 lead.
29 all, so 6:55 to go in the third.
Taylor either had a three or a traditional three-point play to tie it. 6:55 left, and they've just taken the lead, 30-29.
May have been a 4-point play.
Taylor County, yeah.
It was a 4-point play. Three-pointer with the personal foul.
Wow.
So it was a 4-point play.
So Taylor's back on top. It's been a back-and-forth game so far. If you want to listen to that, I would suggest Mixler. Just search KHSA Mixler.
I think you can also go to YouTube, K105 YouTube, and they're having the audio over that, too.
On the YouTube.
Yeah,
okay,
on the YouTube.
Yeah. And you can follow Sam there and certainly follow the audio link for the home broadcast there. Or you can just buy the stream through PrepSpin on KHSAA's website.
Go to KHSA.tv is where that's done. You can buy that there. And, we're trying to get some of the games on. We also have NCAA contractual obligations. But the one bad thing about the Sweet 16 is it's not automated, which means you have to have somebody at the board working all day to fire off the local commercials. All you get is their KHSA commercials. And they need to automate that thing.
They definitely do. They also need Steve Vic on the call.
There you go.
I'm going to keep laboring, lobbying for that before I'm done. I want to get a Sweet 16 game in, but not
Can
just.
you imagine the old heads of the Sweet
schools.
16 hearing me say bang?
Or just people in general. I think let's turn this loose on the state and let's see what happens.
There you go.
See what I don't know. They may never have us back. I don't know.
Hey, I want to give a big shout out. How about Shimwell getting the offer from Hawaii? How about
That's
Nick?
right.
How about Nick Locker doing a little chance? He's out there as the safeties coach at Hawaii.
Yeah,
showing a little love back to Shimwell here in Owensboro.
Yeah. Way to go, Nick Locker. He said it on ESPN when he hit the top 10 plays in the Hail Mary.
Prayers out to Nick. I hope you're staying safe out there because Hawaii's underwater.
Really?
Yeah, my family, my cousins. So my mom's maiden name was Kula, and so her brother, it's a Kula family on the his line. They all went out to Hawaii together. They're going out there for 10 days. All right, they get out there in the last 3 days. They've not been the first 3 days in Hawaii. Actually, maybe 4. No electricity. Can't leave the hotel. And there was, I think, 57.7 inches of rain in those 3 days.
Terrible.
I mean, think about that trip to Hawaii. And you're stuck with no electricity in a hotel just staring there looking at each other.
That's not good. No.
57.7 inches of rain.
Well, we got 5 minutes left here. Other than the weather in Hawaii, I mean, there has been a little bit of activity in the NFL. I know yesterday.
Well, before you get there, real quick, bracket challenge. Get your picks in.
Absolutely.
Go to the bracket challenge. It's pinned at the top on social media on 1027 and on Facebook, on X and Facebook.
Got to get it in today.
Well, tomorrow by 10.
Morning. Yeah.
10:30. And here, first prize, 4 tickets to Ohio State, Indiana. Second prize now, Steve. How about 2 tickets to Winona Judd and Melissa Etheridge concert at the Dam in Ohio County?
Love it.
Rock the Dam.
Not for me, but if somebody else wants to check that out.
I thought you listened to all music.
Not that kind of music. Melissa Etheridge had the Come to My Window song. That was pretty good.
I don't know. I've never heard a song that she's ever sang. But who doesn't like Winona?
I mean,
you don't like Winona?
Nothing personally. I just don't jam Winona. I mean, that ship has sailed years ago. Let's move it along. Listen, Ohio County runs circles around Owensboro when it comes to having music shows. But I just wanted to get that out there real quick. That's not bashing. Melissa Etheridge and Winona is bigger than anything we have here in town most of the time. So, Owensboro could take notes from Madisonville and Ohio County for the musical shows that they run. I mean, just running circles around us. My guy Ben Fuller is coming. He's coming to, and Josh Baldwin, 2 big Christian singers, coming to Madisonville on July the 5th.
Okay,
it's a little potpourri of everything here to close. We got Hawaii's weather, we got music, we got the NCAA bracket challenge, which you can log into and sign. It's 1027 the game, or just go to social media page and it's pinned there.
Yep.
Leaves us 4 minutes. There was a trade in the NFL yesterday, Vic. Waddle went to Denver, and I don't understand the trade on Denver's part. Denver gave up number 30, a third, and a fourth for Waddle and a fourth from Miami.
No, I don't like that one at all. Because
so you really effectively traded Waddle for a first and a third.
Here's the problem I have with
Waddle.
that. Here's the problem I have with that.
He's a decent player.
He is.
A first and a third?
This draft is loaded. They were talking about maybe what I saw somewhere in the first 4 rounds of this draft, there may be 40 receivers taken. It is a loaded draft-wise, wide receiver-wise. I don't like that at all.
I keep seeing, A.J. Brown for 2 firsts. And I'm like, what?
I think A.J. Brown is so overrated.
I don't know that I would even trade a first for him at this point in his career. And Waddle's pulling a first and a third?
That's terrible. Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I mean, I think he'll never mind the picks. I think he'll definitely help Denver a little bit, but I don't know, man. That's a monster haul.
It's a great trade by Miami.
Miami's gearing up. They're cutting all bait with anybody. That was on the old regime, and they're like I have like $150 million to spend. And
They're
draft
gonna
picks galore.
Not only that, they're gonna try to tank for Arch, aren't they? Actually, it's tank for CJ.
You got Malik Willis. Malik Willis is the future of the franchise. And they're not trading Achane at the running back spot.
No,
so it's a good
right.
1-2 punch
Actually,
to start. You build the trenches out but with your quarterback and your running back, make a running game.
It's tank for CJ this year. Somebody needs that. The Arizona Cardinals are definitely tanking for CJ because he's going to be the first pick of the draft next year.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. There's still some football left to be played, but it wouldn't surprise me in the least.
I'm making that prediction. He's going to win the Heisman, national championship, and be the number one overall pick.
I haven't really you got Justin Fields going to back up Mahomes.
That doesn't surprise me.
I like that.
No, it's a
I
nice
like
move.
Justin Fields.
Yeah,
I like Fields.
For a backup,
nobody goes to New York and has success. Nobody.
No.
It's like a place where you go to end your career.
I mean, I was trying to think.
Get out of there as fast as you can.
Did Boomer have a little bit of success there? Was he the last quarterback that had a little bit of success there, Boomer?
Sanchez. Took him to the AFC Championship.
Well, that's right. But then he had the butt fumble and all that. Now he's in jail beating up people. I don't know.
No, he's in jail. I don't know. It's about time to turn our focus to the draft, though.
We're gonna put. I was thinking Friday. Well, Thursday and Friday we do top 15 and 1 through 15 and 16 through
we don't
30.
have much tomorrow either, do we?
No.
Got LA 5 and
No, we'll do the LA 5 and make it part of the draft.
Talk a little Sweet 16, do a little draft conversation. It's about time to fire up the draft conversation. See who the Vikings are going to pair with Kyler Murray. Oh, what a
Grayson
run.
stretched out to 7. Yeah,
8-0 run from Grayson right now. 42-35, 4 minutes left in the fourth. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
First
live
four
at 5.
right now on After Us.
You've been listening to Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game. Special thanks to Foreman Watson Hultree for sponsoring the preceding broadcast. FWHlegal.com. Tune in next time for Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game.